Alright, guy. Okay.
Who's there? We're here to help.
Okay. Hello. I still need to update the trackers. I'm still on May.
Ready? Too bad.
Weak to ice. Okay. I would do something about that.
Bundle up.
I wasn't expecting to win. Our bullpen got burned yesterday pretty badly, and we had Wu, who we obviously don't trust to pitch excessively. We need Luis to go like 7 innings minimum tomorrow, or it's gonna be tough, man. I'm not looking forward to this at all.
Freeze.
Are you kidding me? This guy fucking clones himself. I thought that said testicle drill. Oh, God. Well, the good news is we didn't use any pictures that we care about. We just kind of, you know,
Come on.
got to use only pictures that aren't good. So that was good. I like that.
Calling ice. You're mine.
Come on. Feel it.
What the hell just hit us? He's in stagger.
See ya.
Seriously?
Get him.
Was that it?
Let's finish this. You're as good as dead.
Bingo!
Deal with that.
I can still. There! Still in. Bring it! This fight's not over yet.
Tifa.
Let me at him. There!
Oh no, I've seen some of that, Santi. Moist made a video about it today. So I know about some of that stuff. Not all of it, but I am aware of some of it.
We gotta find Murasaki.
I know what you're talking about. Okay. Which way did I come from? I did hear about the Kiai Mundai thing, so. I mean, if the Sonics are going to start over, why did they bother retaining the naming rights? That doesn't make any sense. I can't believe there are people on X still really trying to go down with the ship of defending this show. So anyway, I was going to stream last night, but Helmuth made a final table, and I decided I wanted to watch that to see if he was actually going to get 18. He did not. He went out in 4th. But I wanted to see that because also it was a mixed game event, which pretty rare. You get the opportunity to get sucked into something like that.
Oh my god.
That thing must
Really hard to follow.
I doubt it.
But
They were
I decided I wanted to get wrapped up in that, and I thought that would be fun. And by the time he got eliminated, it was already late enough to where it wasn't really worth it for me to turn the stream on at that point.
Tifa.
It's okay. I'm okay.
So the Indie Guardians pitcher tomorrow doesn't look like he's particularly good. Allen, 5.3 ERA.
I think we found our guy.
We need to check the inside. There might still be survivors.
Yeah.
I don't see anyone.
And then we have Miami, Tampa, Minnesota. Honestly, the schedule's not that great until the All-Star break. The All-Star break. And then after that, it gets a lot easier, I think. Yeah, it's pretty soft after that.
Soon, Cloud. Soon.
So we just need to farm against Miami starting Friday.
You okay?
Yeah.
And there. Kate Sith?
Ah, Yuffie, and where might you be?
Back room off Mako storage. You?
Town hall still. Thought I might be able to do something from here, so I tried accessing the reactor terminal. Anyway, did you find Murasaki?
Yeah, we did. He died in a skirmish with Wutai.
He... what? Then we don't have much time. We have to reach the terminal in Shinra Manor before word gets out. You've got the key card, right?
At least we get Minnesota at home.
Good.
I really
Slot
don't like
it into
playing
the
in the
console.
Midwest, man.
I'll work my magic from here. Should have that gate open before you know it. Yes! Get in there, my son! I'll go ahead and look for the terminal. See you there.
I still remember the dude on GameFAQs who swore that Kate Sith was pronounced Cat Sith because he's a cat. But it's like, that's clearly not his name. It's clearly Kate Sith. He just happens to be a cat. But he was very, very insistent that it was pronounced Cat Sith.
Well, you heard them. Time is of the essence. We need to find that terminal, ideally before they get back.
Yes, sir.
You stay behind and wait for them. Once they arrive, you can put that nose of yours to work. Follow our scent right to us. You gotta admit, you're the best one for the job.
I will concede you have a point.
Then let's get a move on.
See, the serious Red 13 voice is way better than the doofy one. Oh, do I have to play as Kate Sith? Dude. Can I switch to Barrett, please? I don't want to play as Kate Sith. Oh, this is awful. Oh my god, his materia selection is awful. I need to switch this up. I think I already have healing, yeah. Guess I'll steal from Tifa. And... oh, right. Alright, that'll work. I feel like I'm not min-maxing my materia very well, but the game's not that hard, so I don't need to. So I don't feel like I need to min-max if the game isn't going to force me to. Dude, if they're going to make me play as Kate Sith, they should at least let him be riding on that big fat thing that he rides on. That'd be way more fun. So, whenever I beat this thing, which I don't know how many more streams it's going to take for me to beat this game, but I think I'm in chapter 11. Whenever I beat this, I'm going to start on Elden Ring and try to get to the DLC. I've been told that the DLC is like 30-40 hours, so it's like a legitimate new game. I just don't know if I don't think I beat Mogram, so I'm going to probably have to do some work to get to the point where I can play Shadow of the Erdtree. And I'm way out of practice, so it's not going to be easy. But I do want to do that DLC, because it's... Honestly, other than Rebirth and Reload, Shadow of the Erdtree might be Game of the Year. Because most of the games that have come out so far this year feel like they've been disappointing. Like, Dragon's Dogma 2, no one cares about that game anymore. Pal World, nobody plays that anymore. That was a fad. Like, I know Shadow of the Erdtree's a DLC, but it might be end up being basically Game of the Year outside of the remakes. So I do want to play it, but I'm not going to play it right at launch. But I want to finish this first. This has been...
Definitely seen better days.
I've been sitting on this one for way too long because of the fucking draft. I had to basically stop playing for like a month for draft stuff. Okay.
This can't just be a fancy house.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and agree with you there. The village is practically drowning in a sea of black robes, after all.
So what if it is?
Well, it would add weight to the rumor that Hojo used to conduct experiments here.
Doubt it's just a rumor.
God, I don't like this party, man. I really want to control Barret. Barret's easy to play as. I have no idea how to use 8 Sith in combat. This is going to be tough.
Kinda creepy.
Huh. This a kid's clubhouse?
Oh, I think it's a bit more dangerous than that. But nay bother, I'll protect you.
Hello and welcome to Shinra Manor, trespassers.
Hojo.
I don't know what it is you hope to find here, but I'm afraid this facility has been abandoned for some time. Everything of value is gone, but please feel free to poke around.
Ah, it's not him, just an AI caretaker.
That said, this facility has always had a place in my heart.
How good is Tampa Bay this
I
year?
must
They're
insist
like
that
mediocre,
you remain
right?
in the condition in which you found it. And with that in mind, I won't keep you any longer. Thanks for dropping in.
That was a sore
Kind of
one.
bad. It's in Tampa.
Don't walk into the light, Barret!
That shithead is gonna get it.
That's not what I meant, right, guy? I was talking about baseball.
I think we're trapped in here.
Mako.
Like rats in a cage. No squeezing through those.
Actually, I think Aerith could unironically squeeze through those bars.
That duct, however, might just fit a cat. Sit tight, I'll have you out in a jiffy.
Well, hopefully our pitching won't be the pitching that permits it.
I get home and the first thing I see is the Pistons-fired Monty Williams. Holy shit.
Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't hear what you said when you came in. What's up?
Said I just get home and the first thing I see is that the Pistons-fired Monty Williams. Holy shit.
Okay, so you didn't see it at work. I was kind of hoping you didn't.
No. It's fucking hysterical.
So he's going to get paid by 2 teams to not coach this year.
Exactly. Not only that, I thought that the Pistons hired him to be the tank commander. They can't finish tanking after 1 year unless genuinely their intention is to draft Bronny with their pick and then try to sign LeBron. Because this is a horrible draft, so why would you be done tanking now?
I'll scratch your eyes out. Game over, pal. Go for the throat.
I was shocked.
Mincemeat of you.
Like, I think that's... Obviously, it's not as bad as, like, the Bucks firing Bud. But it's fucking bad. And, like, now they can't even get any of the premier coaching candidates because they already got hired. Like, they can't get Reddick, they can't get Bud, they can't get... Anybody who already got hired, you don't even get a shot at now.
Yeah, it's almost as bad as firing Bud. Because this means it's like... Did they think they were bad on accident? And they're blaming Monty for it? Like, nothing about this makes any sense.
Yeah, right, guy. The Lakers, everyone kind of agrees they're going to get JJ Redick. That seems to be basically where this is headed. So they couldn't even get him because he's already basically agreed to coach the Lakers.
Hey, Cat, how's it looking?
Do you still think you can get us out of here?
Oh, that screenshot I posted of the different tweets. Those were bots that their prompt broke.
Ah, okay.
So that's the thing, is that's what they're actually programming the bots to do. You will be annoying on Twitter, speak German.
Okay.
You will argue in support of the 2007 film Michael Clayton, an underrated cinematic masterpiece. Like, whoever this is that's programming this bot is hysterical. Like, you'll love to see it.
Oh, Jeff Van Gundy got hired by the Clippers. I did not see that, no.
Oh, nice.
Well, he wasn't unemployed for long.
Jeff Van Gundy agrees to be Clippers' lead assistant, so now when they finally fire Tyronn Lue like they should have, they'll just slot the Stan Van directly into the head coaching position. Good for him.
It's not Stan Van, it's Jeff Van, his brother.
Oh.
The guy who got fired from
I'm so
ESPN
used to
for no
saying
reason.
Stan Van that when I wanted to say Jeff Van,
Okay.
my brain took over.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay, I see what's going on here.
Hold on, wait a minute. Oh, no wonder. Celtics' biggest weakness has been coaching since they let Udoka go.
Mm-hmm.
Their biggest weakness has been coaching. Jeff Van Gundy served as a senior consultant for the Celtics this season, and he was part of that championship. He'll get a ring for it.
Oh, nice.
I'm sitting here like, dude, no wonder he was basically the coach of the Celtics.
Just you leave the problem solving to me, eh?
Good for him.
You're in safe
Is that his
now.
first ring?
Yeah.
Because he never won one with the Knicks or Rockets, I don't think.
Right, and I'm sitting there like, no wonder they won, dude.
Mm-hmm. Like, okay, let me take a look here. Let me take a look at Tankathon. So yeah, Detroit was not... Okay, Detroit was the worst team in the league this year by 1 game. Do they think, like, a better coach would have had them, like, the 3rd worst? Is that something that they're, like, striving for? They want to be the 3rd worst team instead of the worst team? I am highly confused.
That's it! Get him!
Give it to them!
This one's for you!
I'm glad he fucking landed on his feet so well after he got blown out from ESPN when they fired like 2/3 of their staff.
Yeah, I guess it made sense he was going to find work on some staff. Like, he's too knowledgeable about basketball to not be.
And that's the thing, you know, is you'd think that people wouldn't give him the credit. The Celtics did, probably because he's white, so they're the only team in the league that would have hired him because no one wants to hire white people right now in basketball. But wins the ring immediately. Like,
yeah, good for him. So, how was work? Hello?
it was all right. I'm just tired. I'm eating, so.
Mm-hmm. I hear you. But how was work?
It was all right. Pretty tired.
Error detected. Service suspended.
So near and yet so far.
Man, Jeff was with ESPN for 16 years. Then they fired him. And they kept, Rory.
I think they fired everybody who was making big money except for Stephen A. Smith. Because he's such a draw, it's still worth it to them. Oh, shit. So I don't know if you saw this, but yesterday they put up fences around the Supreme Court facility, which they've only done once before, which was when they ruled on Roe v. Wade, reversing it.
Inspection complete.
You'd love to hear it.
Operation.
So something's about to happen.
Oh man, my wiener is hard. You'll love to hear it.
Well, Big Country, the Clippers just extended Tyronn Lue. So unless they have a really bad start to the season, I don't think there's any way they fire him. They think he's good. They genuinely think he's a good coach.
Yeah, they gave him a huge bag, so the Clippers are retarded.
Then again, the Pistons are willing to eat like $50 million on Monty Williams, so. Which I'm still remarkably confused on, I must admit. Like, I don't think Monty's a very good coach, but that should... What did he do last year that, like... What did he do in 2023 that convinced you that you shouldn't keep him? Like, that season shouldn't have really changed your perception of him, I don't think.
I cannot understand why the Pistons fired him after 1 year of what was, when they signed it, was at the time the biggest deal that a coach ever got. He's not going to turn the franchise around because your roster sucks. The only good player that you have is Cade Cunningham, but he's very close to Tony Roten syndrome, you know? Who knows if he's actually good? So Detroit has the worst season in their franchise history. Now that might be reason to fire the coach if you weren't expecting to be bad, but Monty Williams has been a tank commander for most of his career. I thought that's what they hired him for. Especially as long-term as the deal was.
Very confusing. Have you seen the gay football league that they're starting? Have you heard about this?
Oh my god. You can't be serious.
I'm pretty sure in the NFL channel somebody posted about it a little bit ago. So look there.
Go for the throat! Meow 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 meow.
National Gay Flag Football League. Oh my god. I'm confused because the only picture of a player that they have on the home page, it looks like a woman.
I mean, I'm assuming it's gay and lesbian.
And is that why it's flag football? Is because they want women to be able to compete or something?
Maybe.
I've got no idea, but this is horrific. My god.
Talk about a hard landing.
I like the implication that, like, the implication is that the Bills don't want any gay football players in the NFL. So they're like, let's segregate all of them to a separate league.
Actually, that's a great point. They're probably very concerned about Michael Sam and like how awful he was as a player who only got drafted and talked about a ton because he was gay and it was a huge media circus. The Bills, after the horrendous situation with Matt Araiza being unjustly persecuted, they're probably thinking the best thing that they could do as a franchise is to try to keep as little media circuses involved as possible, you know?
Mm-hmm.
bullshit.
Man. Like, what's next? Are they gonna make like a black football league where all the black people go? It's like, why can't the gay person just play in the normal NFL? I don't get it. It seems to me that there's an implication that gay people can't make it in the NFL. It's too physically demanding. I don't know. If I were a gay person, I'd be pissed. Is all I'm saying.
If I were a gay person, I'd be dead from having AIDS.
That too. Dude, can you imagine how little the players are going to get paid in that league? Like, it's...
Oh my god. They're not even getting paid, bro. They're doing it for the exposure. They're going to wear jerseys that have advertisements on them, but they're going to pay for their own advertisements to be on the jersey, and they're all just going to promote their own OnlyFans. You already know.
Thank you.
Don't mention it. All in a day's work.
Oh, have you been keeping up with the Acolyte stuff at all? Because they released a new episode, I think yesterday.
I literally added anything Star Wars related, and especially about that show, to my Twitter list of blocked words, 'cause I don't want to see any of that shit.
Yeah, it keeps getting worse and worse. Do you know who Ki-Mundi is? Jedi Master Ki-Mundi? Are you familiar with that character at all?
Yes, he's the guy with the really long head.
Yeah. So, they wrote him into the last episode of The Acolyte, episode 4. And he's part of the group of Jedi who sees a Sith Lord. Which obviously contradicts canon very, very badly, because in The Phantom Menace, which takes place, like, I don't know, sometime after The Acolyte, the Jedi are like, there's never been a Sith in 1 billion years. And Ki-Mundi's on the Jedi Council.
Ki-Mundi himself is on the fucking council hearing Qui-Gon's report.
Yeah. And as near as I can tell, they could have written anybody. Like, Ki-Mundi could have been anybody in the Acolyte episode. They could have made up a character named Hingle McCrinkleberry, and it would have been the same. So it's almost like they're rubbing in the fact that they can mutilate canon or something. That's the only reason why they would pull out a C-list, C-tier character from the prequels to act in direct contradiction. Yeah.
That is exactly what they do.
Here it comes! See you around.
Oh, okay.
Are you a homosexual?
But this episode implies that he actually saw a Sith Lord shortly before the Phantom Menace started. And I guess he just forgot. Embarrassing.
Now, in the expanded universe canon, Ki-Adi-Mundi is a fucking baller. Like, legit. I'm not gonna talk your ear off about it because I don't know how much you know or even care. But,
I know some of this stuff. I don't know Ki-Adi-Mundi, but I know some of the expanded universe stuff, so go ahead.
Well, about Ki-Adi-Mundi himself. Apparently, he's part of a race, his species of aliens. They're a very low population, and it's very rare that a male is born. So because of that, they made a special exception for Ki-Adi-Mundi, to where Jedi can't have, you know, relationships and spouses and children and stuff. They made a special exception for Ki-Adi-Mundi, and they let him have, he had like 9 wives.
Insufficient Mako.
And he's just like banging the shit out of them constantly, and he's a ton of fucking kids. And then he's all preaching to everybody else about how fucking bad attachment is. And he's all like, you guys need to be more like me. I've got all these kids right here, and you know what? If the Force told me that I needed to kill them all, I'd throw them into the sun myself. And it's like, dude, what the fuck is wrong with you? I'm sitting here like, the only way this even works to me is if Qui-Gon's giving his report and Ki-Adi-Mundi's just sitting there like chuckling to himself, and he's all like, I want to see these sick bastards have to fucking deal with this. This is gonna be so funny.
Yeah.
What a complete dick.
Oh, and the entire show has been teasing a Wookiee Jedi, which is the first time we've seen a Wookiee Jedi on screen, and I actually don't know if they ever did a Wookiee Jedi in the EU, but
yes,
anyway.
They did.
Okay. I would assume they would have. It would have been kind of weird if they didn't. But anyway, they've been teasing we're going to have a Wookiee Jedi, and he literally does it. This was the episode he was going to show up. He shows up, and he's already dead. Like, literally, he's a corpse, and they have to figure out, like, okay, who killed him? It's like, bro.
That sucks, because the Wookiee Jedi that they did in the expanded universe, Han and Leia had 3 kids.
Yeah, this stuff I know. It was like, one was named Ben, one was named like Jaqen Solo, Jaqen Solo or something, Jacen.
Ben was the sequel trilogy they named.
Oh, okay.
And the expanded universe, there is a Ben Skywalker, because Luke had a kid and named his fucking kid after Ben. That actually makes sense. Why the fuck would Leia do that? Or Han, like what the hell? But yes, they had Anakin. One of their kids was Anakin, then Jason. That's who you're thinking of. It wasn't a hard C. And Jaina. They had 2 sons and a daughter. And Chewbacca had his own kids and everything, but Lobaka, who is the Wookiee Jedi, is actually Chewbacca's nephew. And in the expanded universe, there's a plot line where Chewbacca is actually killed in battle. So Lobaka swears that he will continue Chewbacca's life debt to not just Han, but also Han's family. So Lobaka becomes trained as a Jedi so that he can pal around with the Solo kids.
Okay.
He's a great character. Like, it would have been awesome if any of the Disney shit decided to respect the established anything that had already been written and try to do it justice, but all of this is just slop. It's not even about making money anymore because they're losing money out their ass. It's just slop for the sake of rubbing your face in it.
Right. I'll be right back. Give me a second here. Okay, I am back. Yeah, Santi, I saw the fat Jedi. I don't know what his role is in the show, but... I mean, I guess as a Jedi, you don't need to be physically fit because it's the Force that's allowing you to do the acrobatics, right?
Well, a couple of things. Number one, the Force can amplify your physical abilities, but it doesn't replace them, and your physical abilities don't manifest from that. That guy would get his ass beat in any lightsaber battle, period. Number one. Number two, a lot of the training to be physically fit is about discipline, which is extremely important to the Jedi. Yeah, he's just there to be fat. And they're like, look, even fat as you do, baby. Wow. Anyway, go ahead and click on the tweet. I figured that you'd enjoy that.
Oh, okay. Let me
clicking on the tweet gives it more context, but because the Giannis and Jack Nicholson Grok story, I figured you'd enjoy that one.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
How was everybody's Juneteenth? When I was at work, everybody was confused why we didn't have the day off.
Going on my first... no, you'll be fine, Drop Top. Of course, I'm saying that with very limited information on the situation. For all I know, you're going to find out halfway through the date that the girl is actually a dude or something. And, right, like, I have no context.
And then it gets even better. You didn't imagine that the night would end in a sword fight. Man, why are there so many pregnant girls on Twitter or Tinder? I mean,
well,
they're on Tinder and they're like, no, the baby daddy's not in the picture. He's a worthless bum. I'm ready to settle down with someone serious, a man, not a boy. It's like, yeah, but you let the boy knock you up, you dumb fucking broad. She grabs the kid out and it's fucking half-breed.
I mean, Drop Top, I have so much to play, like, new stuff to play. I don't know. It could be a while, but I have not forgotten about it, if that's what you're asking. But once I start playing Minecraft, I'm going to put way too much fucking time into it. And I know it. So I'm trying to be very careful about that. Ooh, that go in? Please let that have gone in.
This is hysterical. AOC made a tweet earlier today. You might have seen it, because it's apparently gotten a lot of attention. Where she said, an unspoken secret in Congress is that much of the reflexive, blind, unconditional support for nearly any Israeli government action is not from actual agreement, it's from fear.
I did hear about this, yes.
Yeah, representatives are terrified of this, of AIPAC. So they don't vote their conscience, they vote their fear, otherwise they'd lose their money. And the comments are fucking filled with right-wingers being like, finally! AOC, king of the right. Or queen of the right, sir. Like, holy shit, there's just so much. My god. But she's probably gonna end up deleting this tweet. Once she's like, oh my god.
No. I mean, at the end of the day, she still advocates for the same things that parentheses, 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 they want, so who cares? If you get my drift. If Trump wins, can he pardon himself? Absolutely. That's probably what's going to end up happening.
If I remember correctly, you cannot pardon yourself. Otherwise, Nixon would have. And that's why Ford lost re-election, is because he did.
Can't he, like, commute the sentence, though? Or there's something that he can do to make it go away, I'm pretty sure. I kind of feel like it's going to be moot, though, because I think the reason why the Supreme Court put up those fences is probably because they're going to get rid of his conviction. I think that's probably...
Oh. I just read. The reason Nixon couldn't do it is because the Constitution gives the president power to pardon federal crimes with the exception of cases involving impeachment. So Nixon couldn't have pardoned himself because the cases, as it was ongoing, if they brought charges against Nixon, it would have involved his impeachment.
Mm-hmm.
So he wouldn't have been able to pardon himself, which is why Ford did, because it was no longer Nixon no longer president, it didn't apply. Because of this, Trump does have the ability to pardon himself. Yes.
Sufficient Mako levels confirmed. Generator online. Lockdown protocol disengaged.
However, I think it's all a moot point, because since what you were talking about, what the Supreme Court did, the only ongoing anything that could even have that kind of a reaction would be something relating to Trump.
Well, the other thing could be the January 6th prisoners. I guess. They could say, you know, this is ridiculous, get them out of prison.
Well, this isn't good.
Like, a lot of them didn't even get a trial. Like, a lot of the January 6th prisoners didn't even get a trial. Like, this is clearly not okay.
Yeah, and I agree with you there. But the thing is, I don't think if SCOTUS did that, it would certainly draw protests, but it wouldn't cause like expected riots, requiring them to fence the place off. You know.
What if they're overturning Obergefell v. Hodges?
Which one is that?
That's the one that legalized gay marriage at the federal level.
Out fucking standing. And to do it in June. Oh my god. That's incredible.
Underrated one would be Engel versus Vital, which ruled that it was unconstitutional for state officials to compose an official school prayer and encourage its use in public schools due to violation of the First Amendment. If that got reversed, that would also make people lose their fucking minds.
Yeah, how about that?
I think Roe v. Wade was reversed like 2 days before International Women's Day, so they almost nailed it. This time they could actually get it right. You know? Think about it like that.
Get him!
hate to let you down.
About damn time.
Go on.
Gotta love. That's all golden opportunity right here.
Go on.
Don't stop now.
One more shot.
Check out this shit right here.
Here we go.
One for you.
Hope you don't mind if I keep pouring it on.
Oh yeah, so Santi earlier in the chat said there's a rumor, it's believed that Yoda is going to show up during the Acolyte at some point.
Say your prayers and beg for
Oh yeah, of
forgiveness.
course.
Here's the question, what's he
And-
going to do? How are they
Oh.
going to destroy canon? How are they going to do it?
I can tell you exactly what he's gonna do. They're gonna reveal that Yoda's actually gay, and he's gonna have a butt baby, which is gonna turn out to be like an egg or something, which will hatch into the baby Yoda from The Mandalorian.
No, it's going to be like Jason in Smiling Friends. Like he's got this little baby he's got to breastfeed for 20 years.
There's too much dust. There's too much dust. I can't hear you over the dust.
Yoda just has this tiny little baby that he has to breastfeed for 20 years. And then it turns into baby Yoda.
Ouch. Bite me, you will not.
That would actually make the whole show worth it.
Jesus.
Oh, Big Country, it's not even close. The 2008 Celtics were an all-time team. They just sucked in the playoffs because they had Doc Rivers at coach. And they actually didn't run into a billion injuries the way the 24 Celtics did. I think the 08 Celtics are way better than the 2024 Celtics.
People are obviously going to piss themselves over, oh my god, the Celtics team is so amazing because they're sucking their own dicks. But, like, this era is incredibly weak. Incredibly weak. This isn't even a top 10 Celtics team that's won a championship. Literally, it's in the bottom half of Celtics championships. Because everyone, like, as far as them being amazing goes, everyone's just touting their record in the playoffs, which, yeah, sure, 16-3 is very good. That doesn't happen often. But you know what else doesn't happen often is when every single matchup you could possibly go up against is heavily fucking injured. Only team that they played that wasn't injured out the ass was Dallas. And who knows what the fuck happened there, but Dallas just couldn't hit their shots. And the one game where Dallas did hit their shots, they won by 40.
Yeah, and the 08 Celtics, I know this wouldn't work in a head-to-head matchup, really, but that was like the first year the Thibodeau defense was really being put in a context that teams didn't really know how to handle yet. It wasn't like that was the first year that people were like, whoa, this Thibodeau defense thing is really going to be hard to handle.
Right, and it was so successful that every team in the league started doing it, which is why Tibbs is not
sounds about
looked
right.
at as being one of the most amazing
Switching
coaches in the league
ventilation
anymore.
system
But
to maintenance mode, enabling
it's
duct
it's
access.
in much the same way that Mike
Please
D'Antoni was a
commence
man out of
on-site
time with
inspection.
7 seconds or less, and hey,
According
God
to
would
this,
chuck a bunch
that
of threes.
generator's somewhere upstairs.
And everyone was like, "That's a stupid idea,
Well,
Mike."
nothing else
10
for
years
it.
later, it's the
Back
only
into the air
strategy
ducts
for
I go.
winning championships.
Sure you'll be okay?
Positive. I'll be in and out before you know it. Don't have too much fun without me.
Now, obviously, if there was like a head-to-head matchup between the 08 Celtics and 24 Celtics, the 24 Celtics would probably win because they would shoot a billion threes and the 08 Celtics wouldn't. But that's kind of the trap of this whole thing, right? Like, the Warriors from the Curry era would beat any all-time great team from like the 60s or 70s or 80s because, you know, it wouldn't even be fair. Like, those teams of the 80s would be like, man, why is that team shooting so many threes? And they wouldn't figure it out until the Warriors were up by 50. Like, it's not really a fair question. If you're asking which team is better, like, historically, like, which you should rank higher on an all-time list,
Cycling dust.
that 08 Celtics team was really good. They just couldn't win on the road in the playoffs for shit.
It's payback time. Pow! This one's a showstopper. Right. Where there's smoke. Meow 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 meow. Here we go. Whoopsie! Triple time! You're gonna love this one! Ah! You're gonna love it! Pow! Ah! Ignore them, really! Getting warmer. Getting cold.
Well, that's really annoying.
Now they're for it. Come on! I'll scratch your eyes out. Game over, pal. Let's give it to them. Fluffy help coming our way.
Did you know that Willie Mays only won the World Series once in his career? That seems crazy.
Did I need that? You're gonna
I
love
didn't
this
even
one.
know he played baseball.
Ow!
You figured that
This
he
one's
would
a
have brought that up
showstopper.
in those oxygen commercials.
You're gonna love this one. Make it count now. Twins picking up.
I'm not gonna lie to you, man. I'm actually still pretty
This
upset that Phil
backhand
didn't win
spells
last night.
bad luck for you.
Yeah. I really don't like the way he plays. Because he doesn't care about the money at all. He only wants to win the tournament. To him, there's no difference between finishing second or going out first. So he should be playing kind of wild once he gets to the final table, but he plays so passive.
And that's what was so weird. Like he was doing great. He had 4 million in chips, and then one pot where everything goes south, and then he just like he's fucked from then on. He has a great hand, which looks like it's gonna chop again, and I mean that splitting the pot is that's not bad.
Yeah.
Not at that point, but like he's got a strong hand. He's super fucking aggressive because it's all like, I don't have shit for a low hand, but there's no chance anybody can beat me with a higher hand. So, worst case, we just split the pot here. I'm just gonna go all in and see if I can spook this guy.
Yeah, it was too bad that he couldn't win, but I don't know if you
Holding
saw
on that
him.
hand, and he even knew it. He even knew it because like he didn't see what the other guy's cards were. But when he folded that, the very next hand he's all like, "That was playable. What am I doing?"
Yeah, that's what he does.
And that kind of made him just completely fall apart from there. I was like, bro, you fucking like.
It's so weird that he's been doing this. Literally, he won the main event the year I was born. So he's been doing this professionally for probably 40 years. And he still mentally just gets off the rails when one thing goes wrong sometimes. Like, something goes wrong and he's just like a complete basket case. Just calm down, dude.
Yeah, it's actually really good for him that he managed to find professional poker to be able to do that for his career. Otherwise, there's no God he'd be alive if he had to be a regular person.
Yeah, did you see him eat that hot dog like it was a piece of corn, like it was a corn on the cob? Like, what the fuck? That was fucking great. Like, I was watching that stream 2 hours after Phil got bounced, and they were still talking about that, so it's like, you know, he might have been eliminated, but he's still winning because they can't stop talking about him 2 hours after he got bounced. They're not even talking about the players that are still in anymore. They're talking about how Phil ate a hot dog.
Exactly. And because of that, Phil knows what he's doing. He knows his fan base and why people are watching. And he does that shit on purpose. He's like, this is my revenge. If I lose, but people still talking about the way that I ate this hot dog, all these other guys are playing for their lives.
Do you feel bad for Joey Chestnut being banned from the hot dog eating contest? I don't think feeling bad for him is the right way to put that. I wouldn't say I feel bad for him. But it does seem like it's a little bit unfair because the only reason it happened is because he's no longer doing sponsorships for Nathan, so they banned him. Like, that seems like a bad reason. Honestly, unless it's LA Beast, I think most eating contest stuff is pretty gross and stupid. Like, LA Beast is great.
I agree with you. I really don't like watching competitive eating. Or any kind of food contest sort of stuff like you're talking about. There's so much that it's just gross. It's just gross.
Yeah, like, when LA Beast is like a quantity eating contest, I usually don't like it. I like it when he's eating something that he shouldn't be eating or something that is going to be very painful to eat. But when it's like, oh, I'm going to eat...
Or when he puts his hand in the age jar.
Yeah. The one exception would be the fucking gummy bears. That is peak.
The claws are out.
The gummy bears are amazing.
Yeah. What about the Crystal Pepsi?
Well, yeah, that's good, but that's just... He drinks one jar.
Deserves a round of
It's like a
applause.
totally normal amount of diet of Crystal Pepsi. It's just 30 years old or whatever.
Exactly. It's just 30 years old.
I like how sudden the vomit was when he drank that. He's just like, oh, I don't feel too good.
Cycling duct.
Wait a minute. That's how this works.
Got to get the thing open first.
Cycling duct.
Oh!
Let's check Phil Hellmuth out on Twitter here. Still upset after I busted in fourth last night in WSOP tourney. I opted for sugar therapy and ate a ton of sugar. Twizzlers, Nutter Butters, double stuffed Oreos, normal gummies, and Sour Patch Kid gummies.
Oh, man. He decided he's going to give up poker and he's going to join the LA Beast.
I like the first reply to his tweet.
Got to get the thing open first.
So tomorrow is your Friday. Is that correct?
Yes.
All right, cool.
Cycling duct.
All together now! Ah! This one's a showstopper! Fancy a wee game? This one's a showstopper! Oh, I feel like a new cat!
I don't speak a lick of that funky language.
I'm going in!
And I learned that all cultures are equally
Here we
good.
go! Game over, pal!
That had to be Zach's based side making a cameo, right? Like that line is way too on the nose to not mean something.
Whoopsie! Triple time! You're gonna love this one right where we want them! Oh no! Ow! That'll do! The claws in it? gonna love this one! Here's what you've won! Make it count now! Go for the throat! Did I need that? Game over, pal! Tried to warn you! Out with the frying pan! Oh, I feel like a new cat!
Who's the baseball goat? Ruth, Mays, or Bonds? Probably has to be Ruth, right? Because he was also an amazing pitcher. I feel like that's a pretty clear top three. But I think it's hard to say anybody other than Babe Ruth is number one.
It's payback time! I'll scratch your eyes out! Now that's a wee stroke of luck!
I think we can all agree that while Miguel Cabrera
Much better!
is not the GOAT, he's got to be looked at as being top 5 all time because this fucking guy won a championship with a Marlin.
What about John Rocker?
Hey, the whale is hot! Whoopsie! That'll do!
What do you think is going to be the next Joe franchise to win the championship? For some Tour Series. The last one was the Cavaliers, I think.
Do the Cubs not
No.
count?
The Raptors. Sorry. The Cubs did count. I forgot that.
Well, in a couple of days, it'll probably be the Florida Panthers. The hockey team in Florida is kind of automatically a joke.
Yeah, you can only fucking hope. But yeah, I forgot about the Raptors.
Now they're for it! Deep breaths, Kate! Game over, pal! I'll scratch your eyes out! Did I need that?
I like being kicked in the balls.
Things are heating up. You're not going to want to miss this. Triple dive. Here's what you've won. You see me fighting. Right.
Yeah, also, Mays only won one World Series, which seems really... He has the same number of World Series wins as Miguel Cabrera. And, well, then again, Barry Bonds has 0. So I guess that's just the nature of baseball. It's really hard to carry a team. You can't really carry a team in baseball. Doesn't Honus Wagner and Ty Cobb both have 1? If I recall correctly, they both have 1.
Elevator in service. Commence transfer of cargo onto loading bay to proceed.
Right then. A few boxes ought to do the trick. Now, let's see. Ugh!
Yachty Moondy. Oh, Cobb had 0. Okay. How crazy is that? How can you have a player as good as Ty Cobb and never win the World Series? That's embarrassing.
Error. Insufficient weight for elevator operation. Additional cargo required.
So I went to the anime store today to see if they had anything Ava, like some cool collectible that I could have. And the only Ava thing I saw in the whole store was a $200 Mari model.
Weight insufficient for operation.
And I'm definitely not getting that.
Man, that's weird. No, I started laughing like as soon as you fucking said that shit because I thought it was gonna be a joke. I walked into the anime store, they were running out of you.
Well, the thing is, the other Ava stuff probably sold.
Commence transfer of cargo
Well, yeah, more
from
like-
loading bay to proceed.
Heat Rose has 3, right?
What? What'd you say?
No, I was asking somebody in chat.
Oh.
Heat Rose has 3 World Series rings, I think. Yeah, okay. Al Horford has the highest three-point percentage in the NBA Finals of any player in history.
Ooh.
Al fucking Horford, man.
Wow. Unbelievable. At least, like, this finals did one thing more than any other. It exposed Jason Tatum once and for all.
Mm-hmm.
Jaylen Brown wins finals MVP. Everybody else on the team is setting records. Everybody else on the team was like the reason that they fucking won this shit. Tatum was just along for the ride.
Well, it's too bad that Adam Silver had to invent that award at the last second to make sure he got something.
I'm warning you.
You know, like, if he had just not done that, it would have been funnier.
That came keen. Come on! Honestly, still got much better.
Honestly, the Lakers winning the in-season tournament was about as credible as the Celtics winning the NBA championship this year. Both fraudulent.
Bro, I went to the Lakers subreddit to see how they were mauling over the fucking Celtics winning the championship.
Mm-hmm.
They literally said the in-season tournament was more exciting than this year's playoff. I'm all like, you fucking... Oh man, it's almost worth it just to see the Lakers fans crying.
Yeah.
There. Got it! Huh? Eh? What now?
What is this? The fucking tyrant from Resident Evil 1? Almost.
Stay back! I'm warning you!
So, here's a pretty interesting post.
It's very promising to see. He's right that the Smoot-Hawley tariff was passed after the Great Depression started, and that was a big problem, wasn't it? The thought was, instead of American businesses and workers having to fix the economy through raised taxes, why don't we raise tariffs on other countries of the world? But the thing is, the other countries of the world were fucking devastated by World War I. So here comes America, and they're like, oh, by the way, you're going to have to pay 500% markup on all of our goods now.
I feel like a new cat.
So everyone was like, are you fucking insane? We don't have that kind of money. So they just stopped buying, which meant that suddenly way more people are getting laid off. And it's like, it's one of those things where government might seem like they have a good idea, might seem like they have a good handle on things, but then they go too far and they fuck everything up because they're not paying enough attention to the intricacies of the whole thing, and everything goes to shit.
Where there's smoke.
But
Things are heating up now.
Trump, with his history as a businessman, he's way better at the whole thing, especially with how tariffs went when he was actually in office. The economy was doing fucking great.
We've got him now.
So I definitely trust him. But yeah,
Off to the old junkyard.
nice to see having that conversation, because it's funny. Always one of the things that makes me laugh the hardest is obviously because people don't like him, they'll constantly go on and on about how Trump is stupid. But I'm all like, I'll never forget. I think it was the first debate that he had against Hillary. He made some stupid joke about his taxes. So he actually started explaining the tax code. And the thing is, as far as anyone who has ever run for president in the history of the country, Donald Trump by far has the strongest understanding of the tax code of anyone who's ever run for president ever. But now he's stuck talking about math and numbers and how taxes work, so he's losing the crowd. But it was one of those moments where I'm all like, you know, the guy's... He didn't accidentally become a billionaire.
This one's a showstopper. That came keen.
Always makes me laugh. Oh, he's so stupid. Oh, like, well, just listen to him talk about money.
Come on! Ow! One moment.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
Getting warmer. Game over, pal. You ready to rub it in? Things are heating up now. Yeah. Playtime's over. Tried to warn you. Did I need right where we want them? How's this? Oh, ow! That came keen. Go on, Mr. Nice Cat.
No.
Now that's a wee stroke of luck. The claws are out now. Let's give it to them. Game over, pal. Here we go. Getting warmer. Now they're for it. I'm doing it. Oh, yeah. Out of the frying pan. Here we go. All together. Ow. And not a moment. Oh no! Whoopsie! Ow! That came. It's payback time. And now, what you've all been waiting for. Triple time. Here's what you've won. Make it count now. Oh, I feel like a new cat. I'll make mincemeat of you. Get it while it's hot.
Alright.
Man.
Was it?
It is 10 o'clock.
Yay.
Let me see here.
Imagine the way you came out to your family as gay is because you got signed to play in the gay homo football league. I won't lie to you, when you first started telling me about that, I got really concerned, because I remember years ago, Bond, to troll all of us, kept posting pictures of, like, apparently there's a gay rugby league in New Zealand or something. They play the games naked because they're all gay, so it's like the all-nude, all-gay, all-homo, naked gay rugby league. And I'm like, bro, what the fuck? So soon you're like, yeah, there's a gay football league. I'm like, oh, please, no.
Maybe they're only wearing
Never again.
flags?
You okay?
Oh,
Alright, on that lovely note, we gotta take a break. Okay, we are back. Oh. Yeah, and also, by the way, we also had this. I forgot to mention this earlier.
All right, I'll check that in a second.
Mm-hmm.
All the better for a wee lie down. So then, onwards and upwards?
Wow, we're getting flooded with spam bots. You know you've made it on Twitch when the spam bots start attacking you not one by one, but en masse.
Elevator operation suspended for safety inspection. Please wait.
Oh, this is going to be hard if I have to break 10 in a minute and a half. What is this, minute to win it? Oh boy, okay. How am I supposed to do this in a minute and a half? This is brutal. I don't even know if I could get 5.
Inspection complete. Resuming operation.
Oh, okay, it was an optional minigame. Thank God.
crying out loud! What is it this time?
You'll require the password to proceed.
You again.
No need for violence.
The Acolyte has a 3.4 rating on
Your
IMDb.
escape as well.
Huh. Like hell you do.
Really, it's true. You're far more resilient than anticipated. And I concluded that, rather than allow you to run amok any longer, I ought to help you see yourselves out peacefully. The password is comprised of 4 two-digit numbers. I wrote them down in this very room, but where? Well then, no time to waste.
Um... Oh, I can't push him past that thing. Okay. Misato. Alright, let's see here. You know, I think that some of the stuff that they did in Spamtopia, like the waitress, I felt like that might have been inspired by Baldi's Basics. I feel like there was some kind of inspiration there. Um. Hmm. Oh, wow. Okay. Well, guessing the number's clearly out of the question then. Mm-mm. Oh, did you see the trailer for the Smiling Friends episode next week, Snacks?
No, I don't watch the trailers.
Oh, okay. I saw it this morning. It was pretty interesting. Alright. Only one thing left. So, I was thinking about starting to try to watch The Boys, but apparently season 4 has gotten very, very political, and it's gotten very, very agenda-driven. So, I guess I made the right... It's kind of like Game of Thrones. I never watched Game of Thrones. By the time I thought about it, everyone was talking about how the last 2 seasons are god-awful. So I was like, well, I guess I can just go ahead and save the time and skip it. Looks like that's going to happen with The Boys as well.
Yeah, it's a waste.
Why do these writers still think it's, like, clever to turn every villain into a Trump XP? Like, it hasn't been clever for a long time. Maybe it was clever at one point, but everybody did it, and it's not clever now. Okay, let's try 36. $36, 10, 59.97. 59.97. Yeah, I saw that. It's with the Pacers, right? Siakam staying in Indiana, right? It has to be.
Yeah, free agency hasn't started yet, but what they've done is allow teams to talk to their own free agents earlier. So that's what started. Any news you hear right now is people being re-signed.
Okay.
Because going to another team is still
This area
tampering
is
and
off
illegal.
limits to any unauthorized personnel. It's where I've been keeping a rather
Yeah,
unruly
Siakam is
fail.
staying with the Pacers, which is good because I still think that the Pacers are a very competitive team. They massively fucking choked in that series against the Celtics. I have no idea what they can do to fix that other than just
And so,
wait for their guys to
afraid
get
I'll
older
have
so
to
that they're
dispose
not
of it. Try
young
not to
and
die.
jittery, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go!
Go on!
A little version of me, Alan. I want you to have it.
Fluffy, help! Come on, we! Right.
No weaknesses, huh?
Caught some crumbs, eh? You could have warned me. Here we go. Get your hold. Back to it. All together now. Here we go. Something's different about it.
I was just wondering if you wanted to hang out with me and smoke weed, fill our bellies, and die in soda. Like burnout revenge on the PS3.
Things are heating up now. Pickle head. Fucking keep. Oh no! That's the ticket.
Land, did you take it? Alright, so the boss breastfed Jason like every day. So you're just gonna have to do that for the rest of your life.
Playtime's over.
I love how Blep let them fucking dress them up in the outfits and have makeup and shit. And it's not until Charlie said, so you just gotta let him do that for the rest of your life. He just said, fuck this. So, you know, it stands to reason Gleb was on board with pretending to be the boss's kid up until he realized he had to do that forever.
Not again.
I like how he just totally forgot that the gem he bought had the power to bring his son back to life for like 3 seconds.
Damn it!
Go on.
You got my back.
Of course I do. Can't win.
Oh, wait a minute.
Perfect.
I told you that gem was worth it. I can't hear you over the dust.
Check out this shit right here.
In fact, no rules forever. No rules at all.
I'm coming. Sorry about that. You can do it.
It's our time to shine.
One more
You like
shot.
taking over? You can count on me.
This is getting us nowhere.
It's a tough economy. How about the economy of my patience?
Got it all. Suck on this. Let's light 'em up.
Like dynamite.
Suck on this.
That'll
Didn't
do.
make a dent. What a
Gotta
team.
heal first.
Yeah.
You can do it.
I'll
Here it
tooth and
comes.
claw for
At
you.
ease,
This one's for
gentlemen.
you.
Break a leg.
I'll show you tagging out.
About damn time. Ain't done yet.
Hey, you fired Tyler, you fire me too.
I like how Jumbo was the fifth smiling friend,
So it's my turn?
and then they hired Tyler and he was actually the fifth smiling friend.
One more shot.
Well, what was the name of the dude who's wearing the Hillary Clinton shirt? Guamu? Smormu.
Smormu.
Yeah.
This can never be undone.
Why don't you lead the way?
Need my help, do you?
Smormu's great.
Yeah. Check out this shit right here.
Go on.
Kiss my ass.
Don't worry, Pim. I'll cheer you up.
Suck on this. Got a whole heap of lead with your name on it. Let's finish it up.
What all was written in that manifesto anyway?
Ha ha! That deserves a wee round of applause.
I'm sure it was good.
Ah!
Pacers still need another piece. Hard for a small market team to get it, so they better hit this draft.
This isn't right.
When I get
I
my hands
memed
on
about the
Mojo.
potential for them to get Paul George in free agency, the return, which would honestly be fucking amazing for them.
Check out
Yeah.
this
But
shit right
I
here.
just want to say, again,
Come on.
Pacers, like, regardless of anything else you want to say, they had a huge
I've been
lead
dying
in
to
3
see
out of
you.
the 4 games and choked every single time. If they didn't choke, then at the end of game 4, instead of having been swept, they'd have been up 3-1. The Celtics would then go on to easily win the championship. The Pacers don't need another piece, because if they just didn't choke, they would have beat the team that easily won the championship. So they, at the very least, would have made the finals for the first time in 24 years. Who knows what might have happened in the series against the Mavericks. But they don't need another piece. Their roster is not the problem. The problem was how they completely fucking fell apart in those games. How do you have an 18-point lead, like 5 minutes left, and then you just completely flatten?
Well, the question is part part of the reason why they choke because they don't have a good enough team, so they have to play kind of chaotically all the time. And if they added another piece, would they be able to just kind of play normally and not have these situations? That's the question.
I don't think that's the case, because they just got to the point where they just couldn't hit wide open shots. And all of their playmakers, all the guys who were there to make shots for them, they're just freaking wide open shots. Like, I can't remember if it was game 1 or game 2. But Jaylen Brown hits that 3 to send it to overtime. It was the only 3 that he hit all game.
That was game 1, I think.
They missed 7 consecutive fucking shots leading up to Jaylen Brown hitting that 3. If they hit 1, they win. How is that a roster problem? Becomes my question. Like, they just utterly fucking choke.
And they're not going to get a better coach than the one they have.
Right. So, you know, everyone might sit there and say, well, you know, they just need a better roster. If they're going to choke, then it doesn't matter if they've got fucking Steph Curry on the team.
Gotta love! Bang, bang!
Ouch.
Hope you don't mind if I fill you full of holes. Gotta love! Suck on this! Want some more? Suck now!
Do the Mavs beat the Celtics if they have Carlisle?
I want to say no, because even as much as I criticize Kid, he's improved a lot. It wasn't a coaching issue that led to them losing. They lost because for the life of them, they just couldn't hit their wide open shots. I mean, I was watching, when I was at work, I was watching a short, Shane Battier was being interviewed. And he was talking about the 2013 postseason in this interview. And he was like, when we made it to the finals, I felt like crying, because with the way that I'd played in the playoffs up to that point, I thought this might have been it. Like, I thought I was done, like my career was finished, because I thought that I was just done. And I was struggling so much in the playoffs up to that point, and I'm in practice, and, you know, game 1 I sucked, game 2 I sucked, game 3 I sucked. And I'm like, you know what? When I go to shoot, I don't know what the hell happened to my shot, but it's just fading to the left for some reason. I don't know why. So he's like, fuck it, I've got nothing to lose. Game 4, he decides he's going to start aiming to the right. To the right always. He's like, I kind of just want to hit the right side of the rim. He's like, I'm aiming to miss and hit the rim and just always go right. And then all of a sudden he starts making shots up until he's like, and then I go into game 7 and I'm completely confident in my game plan of just always aiming more to the right of where I think I need to aim. And I go 6 for 6 and just completely fucking shot the lights out in a huge game 7 win to win my 2nd championship. And it really just goes to show that sometimes there's just something wrong with you and you can't seem to do it. You know, for all we know, Luka, like, he was completely locked in the Western Conference Finals. Then he goes into the finals, and he's just like, I don't know why, but my shot's always just trailing to the right for some reason.
Well, Kyrie was the one, I think, who missed, who was uncharacteristically inaccurate, even more than Luka. So, you know, could be said for any of them.
Kyrie completely fell apart. Luka did a lot, but he was very inefficient. But at the same time, him being inefficient is because he was trying to do literally everything. So it's hard to blame him. You're right, Kyrie was just complete ass. So that's another thing, you know, like, for Kyrie, it's just like, yeah, for some reason, my shot always just seems to go not where I'm aiming it. Sometimes it just happens.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think that coaching could have fixed that. I think the only thing that would have really fixed that would have just been if they'd been able to understand what was causing them to miss.
Look who the cat dragged in.
So then they changed it around to
Hey there.
actually landing the shot.
So, find that terminal?
Let's just say we got a little sidetracked.
Well, we can but try again. No sense stewing on past mistakes.
Right.
And like PJ Washington just couldn't make a wide open 3 either. He might be the Shane Battier comp, if anything, because, you know, if the
Yeah, he
Mavs
just-
had Game 7 Battier in that series instead of PJ Washington, that could have flipped some games easily.
Totally a different series, for sure. Yeah, it's just a case of you can't. This like it's really funny considering how the NBA has gone for the last decade, but genuinely this just feels like a Charles Barkley moment of you live by the 3, you die by the 3. These are teams that live by the 3 and they fucking died by it. They're amazing shooting teams, and then they just went cold at the worst possible time. Because the Celtics are a great defense, and you do got to give them credit for that. But if guys if your scheme has left people wide open, we saw it in the game that Miami won. Miami wins in dominating fashion, and a huge part of that is because Spo knows exactly how to take advantage of Missoula's retarded fucking 3-point coverage. So the Celtics are a great defense, but their scheme has a flaw in it, a weakness that gives up wide open threes. And there were games where the teams hit those threes and then they win and the Celtics would actually lose. But it only happened 3 times the entire playoffs. Every other time is because people just couldn't fucking get it in. And for the Mavs, the worrying spots they were already starting to show last series. Like PJ Washington being a great example, but like plenty of guys just couldn't seem to hit their fucking shots against the Timberwolves. It just didn't matter because they were dominating so hard, and Luka was just ascending to another level. So Luka ran into that great Celtics defense, and he just wasn't able to get a whole lot done. But unlike against the Timberwolves, he got zero help. Not a ton you can do about that.
All right, guys. That's going to do it for tonight. It's almost 11. I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. Thanks for coming out, everybody.